When I was 18, I made a choice that's given me a One Direction life. I was a senior in high school, attending a Young Life weekend. It was April 1959, the Flanders Hotel, Ocean City, New Jersey, where I believed in the Lord Jesus Christ. I remember climbing on the bus afterwards for the trip back to Maryland and sliding over to a window seat. The bus was noisy. There were kids singing 100 bottles of beer on the wall. But I was in a bubble. I was having my first date with Jesus. And that was the start of a lifelong affair of the heart. For the first time, I was coming to the Bible with spiritual connection. I didn't know the terms devotions or quiet time. Reading the Bible and praying wasn't a spiritual discipline. It was a spiritual aphrodisiac. But sometime in my first year of college, that heady sense of God's presence faded. But I chose to keep coming back morning after morning for my date with the Lord. Fast forward about 12 years. Roger and I are married. We're living in Asia. We've had 3 kids in 4 years. I'm feeding lots of servicemen. I've got spit up on my shoulder and a fatigued brain bordering on hamburger. And my dates with Jesus look very different. Sometimes it was just a verse card on the arm of the rocking chair as I'm nursing a baby. And there were some days when I missed it altogether, but it was still an affair of the heart. I believe that our choices shape us. And for me, there are 2 choices. The choice to keep the date with the Lord every day. And the second is the choice to keep it an affair of the heart. And I need to make those choices over and over again. But it's in my date with Jesus that I see him, that he tells me I am his and he is mine. It's in my date with Jesus that he reminds me I'm forgiven and blessed, and that he measures success differently, that there are invisible realms, that my life is hid with him in God, and that where I'm weak, he's strong. It's in my date with Jesus that transformation begins from the inside out. It's in my date with Jesus that he gives me something fresh to give to the generations behind me. And I believe the choice to keep a daily date with God has kept me from frittering my life away. I've been a mentor with a young moms group for 14 years. We were sitting around talking, and one young mom, this adorable girl with this smoky Southern twang and a master's degree, said, I get up 30 minutes before my kids to do Pinterest. And the second mom said, oh, I don't let myself do Pinterest until I've got certain things done on my do list. And the first mom said, if I waited until I got those things done, I'd never get to Pinterest. She's right. Whatever's important to you, you can't just fit it into life. You need to build your life around it. I believe our choices shape us. I believe also that our choices reveal us. If I asked that young mom to put down her 5 highest values, Pinterest wouldn't be on the list. But it's Pinterest that gets her up in the morning. I believe my choices keep me honest. They help me see if what I say I value, I really value. This year, Roger and I celebrated our 50th wedding anniversary. Thank you. Thanks. It's a grace. It's wonderful. And we celebrated in Hawaii on our way to visit our son, who lives in Japan. And Roger and I are early risers, even on vacation. But even so, there were surfer boys out there straddling their boards when we got up in the morning. And this intrigued me because some Colorado high schools have instituted a later start time based on teen sleep studies. As you remember, teens like to sleep late. So what's happening here? First light, and they were out there. One morning before 6 a.m., I counted about 30 surfers waiting for the next good wave. Now, I'm assuming that their mothers did not nag them to get them up. So what gets them up? Desire. Desire. It's an affair of the heart. I suspect that surfer boys never ask themselves if getting up early to surf is legalistic. Surfer boys know that desire and discipline feed one another. Desire plus discipline equals delight. I cannot create desire for God. That's a gift at the new birth. I can't create desire for God, but I can feed it. And I can also drain it of its holy energy by neglect. When my energy level, my desire for God is at low tide, I keep my date with Jesus in the same spirit I keep my wedding vows. Andrew Murray wrote, "The desire and the choice prove what a man is already and decide what he is to become." At 74, my energy level is diminished. Like you, I need to choose where my time and my energy will go. But as I approach the finish line, one thing is clear to me. I'll end up with the life that I've chosen. I have kept a morning date with Jesus almost every day for 57 years. I can't tell you how grateful I am to the Lord that at 18, I made a choice that's given me a one-direction life. This is not an achievement. It's a grace. Our God is magnificent.